How could this happen? Why would this happen? Oh, who's that in a wheelchair? A scooter. Scooter! How could this happen? I can't. Oh, I forgot the closed captions. Dang it. How can this be? Why would this be? Oh, God. Oh, shit. That might be the package. Oh, shit. They're here. Hold on. I think they're here. I'm coming. right, what's going on here? Sorry, guys. Waiting on something. Okay, we got 500 people in the house, I think. 500 in the house, in the heezy. Like I already need a haircut. My hair just grows. I shouldn't complain, though, because I'm growing hair, right? At least it grows. Oh, we got 400 on YouTube. We got to grow this page a little bit more. Maybe I should keep doing transfers. Because there's still not enough people from the main have come over here and subscribe. Because right now I have no notifications. I think I'll have one in an hour. But I figure we got the second channel. Even though there is videos I want to post on here. But we got the second channel. We got to use the second channel too. You know what I'm saying? Got to be a little active. So there's a home explosion. Hazmat suits. Oh, that's the dog. Is that the dog? Oh, or is that somebody just walking their dog? Maybe that's somebody walking their dog. Consuela, that was messed up. You got everybody all hyped up. Let's find out about this fire. I'm sorry, I had an important thing I had to do. Let's see. Where is this? This is in California, a place called Derusla. I see you on Twitter. Poncita, something like that. Poncita. I'm gonna find out for you in a second, man. We're gonna check it out. Man. Poncita, something. That's a bunch of stuff to talk about today. I almost have no time. I barely got to do my walk. Barely got to do my walk.
Emoji. Purple heart emoji. Purple heart emoji.
17
Purple
months.
heart
OG.
emoji.
Chaos, thank you so much. Anyway, I'm so like discombobulated. Okay, let's see. So they said a dog is stuck in the rubble. That was SVF said that. And so what happened was there's a fireworks blast collapses LA home. Man in critical condition. What kind of fireworks do you have in your house, bro? What the fuck? What kind of thing? Your whole place partially collapsed? How? How now? Brown cow. What's up, Facebook? Doris, Rachel, Dave. So they're saying there's one person that's critically injured. I'm assuming that's the homeowner.
Booth, we hear you. Go ahead.
See if they say anything here. Look at this. From like fireworks? What kind of fireworks you doing over there? Maybe he should be investigated.
30? Is that what you said?
Ties to Hamas or something. What's going on over there? The whole place blow up. The fuck? Look at this shit.
Oh.
You got a meth lab in there? Is fireworks the cover? You got a meth lab and then you surround it with fireworks in case something goes wrong and explodes. Well, it was a firework. It wasn't. What the? Look at all the firefighters there. Oh, man. It's my small business. I don't know small business. I can't see the dog in the rubble. It was this guy posted a picture.
There's another dog here.
Damn, somebody posted. I hope he's in a lot of pain.
There's one.
The amount of families he put at risk. Oh, is that a dog?
2.
What is that?
There's 3.
Oh, there's a dog. There's 3 dogs in there? Yo, there's dogs in there. Multiple dogs. Yo, let me tell you something. Forget about potential lives that could have been lost or the critical person that might lose his life.
THX mail for everything. Purple
Heather,
heart
thank you
emoji.
for the 15
Purple
months.
heart emoji. Purple heart emoji.
The fact that these dogs are there and could have been hurt, I don't know if they're injured or not. They look okay, but I don't know. The fact that they could have been killed, oof, it's a wrap. The animal people are going to come for this dude. Oh, hell nah. Look at that. There's like 3 dogs. Pretty dogs, too. Really nice looking dogs. Let me take a screenshot of that. Those are really nice looking dogs. Look like huskies or something, right? Somebody know in the chat? What is that? Makes me think of Warwolf a little bit. His dog sadly passed away. Let's see, yeah, they look like dogs right there. Let me try to be fancy. I don't know how to work this phone yet, but I want to take a screenshot and then highlight some shit. One, two, three. Yeah, 3 dogs. At least they kind of look okay. Can I draw with this shit? So how do you use this pen? Oh, wanted to draw. AI select, drawing assist, AI select.
Good morning, Frank. Yeah, you can see what's left of this home after it exploded just after 9 a.m. this morning. Firefighters here on scene, they're awaiting the bomb squad to help make sure that there's no imminent threat that remains within the building. Now, the investigation will be ongoing as to why this home exploded, but the initial reports are that somebody was making fireworks within this home. There was a
Making
person,
fireworks.
a male in his 40s that was
Homemade
transported in
fireworks.
critical condition. No reports of anyone else that was inside. However, we are seeing 3 to 4 dogs that still remain here at the property. Firefighters are awaiting the arrival of some family members to help remove the animals from the property, and of course they need to secure the what is left here before firefighters can enter into the building. We have urban search and rescue that's here, as well as the hazmat teams. This will be a lengthy investigation. We're on the corner of Remick and Remington Street here in Pacoima, so just off of Terabella and the 118 freeway. As we learn more information throughout the day, we'll bring it to you, but violent explosion here in Pacoima. Live in Sky 5 and Rich Prickett. Send it back to you in Hollywood.
So this person was, I guess, making fireworks to sell. I guess maybe it's profitable. I don't know. And maybe there was an accident, some type of freak accident.
15 seconds there.
Experimenting, making a new concoction of explosions and everything. Boom. You know?
Can we orbit around here?
Yeah, see the dogs. At least they look okay from what I don't know if they have any kind of, I don't know if they're hurt, any kind of muscular or just, cuts, bruises, bleeding, but they seem at least moving around, which is good. I don't think it is, Ashley. I don't know though. Is it legal what they were doing? If they were manufacturing fireworks? Maybe I can look it up. Let's see. There's a doggy. You may manufacture fireworks for personal use at your property without obtaining a federal explosive license. A manufacturer's license is needed only by persons engaged in the business of manufacturing fireworks for sale, distribution, or for commercial purpose. So if you want to have homemade shit, you can make your own homemade stuff. Multiple dogs trapped. Oh, I should put California in the title for those wondering. California, but the place is I forgot again. Pocente? Oh, Pacoima. I'm sorry about that. It's Pacoima neighborhood in Los Angeles. Pacoima neighborhood. It's on the 13,500 block of Remington Street. For those wondering, I'll post it in the chat too if you want. In case we have a lot of Cali people that watch. Maybe somebody wants to go save the dogs, but they have a lot of people there. But the dogs are kind of roaming. I wonder why the firefighters just don't go and grab them, or maybe they want familiar faces. But look at the dogs. Those are really nice dogs. Look like he's kind of coming. I don't know if they're calling to him. Maybe they're not calling to him, but he's just rummaging. They're probably just confused. Like, what the hell happened to our home that we've been living in for however long? Tacoma, if that's how you say it, yeah. It's worth money, but very legal. Anna, you remember that guy that blew his hand off? The LA Dodgers won the game, and they all took to the streets to burn the streets for some reason. Back in my day, you know, we'd pop champagne, have a little drink, take a shot, or you know, I don't know, whatever. Cheer and dance. No, these people burn shit, take over a bus, hold people hostage, burn the bus, blow their hands off and stuff. The person is out and in critical condition. I think the homeowner is the person that's in critical condition. Oh, the dog. He might be stuck. Look, he's on his leash. Oh. We're on Rumble too. Let's see if anybody. Oh, did we get to Rumble? Oh, I never set up the live for Rumble. Oh man. Let's see if it's not too late. This would be a good test. Let me see if I can do it after. Does it work like that? Oh, you do it. Okay. I was starting to get a little bit of views on Rumble. A little bit. He's on a leash, right? Oh man. So the dog could be probably scared. You know, unfamiliar faces. I'm sure they just want to help. Homeowner, very, very irresponsible. I guess they were trying to make some money, make a quick. I don't know if it's like, I wonder how much they make the underground firework market. I wouldn't want to buy no homemade fireworks though. I think that's how that guy blew his hand off, because that guy that blew his hand off hit the fuse on it was so short. Hello? Oh yeah, is it playable though on the? Okay, okay, all right, thanks. Okay, bye. Dog trap. Three. It looks like at least three, maybe even four dogs trapped. Many us fireworks and takeover sports parties mostly every day. Every day. What? Oh. It's not fireworks, it's code for meth. It could be. Damn, look at the house got taken down. Yeah, that one guy that lit the firework, it had barely had a fuse on it. He lit that thing up and it messed, like, I mean, it deranged his hands, bro. His hands are just, oh, disfigured. It was so crazy to see. His fingers were missing, everything. It was crazy. When this person gets out, ooh, forget about it. They're going to be pissed. Maybe somebody will adopt the dogs. Maybe it's Trump's fault. Trump did it.
Of course. There he is. Couldn't have came out of a break now. No. No anchor toss. Copy all. Thank you. Three zero. Copy. Pacoima, house explosion. One adult male taken to a local hospital, critical condition. And now what's left? Well, apparently 4 dogs, and they seem to be big dogs. Huskies or German Shepherds are still here in that rubble. Every now and then you can see just barely one of them right there walking back and forth. This is the only one that we've seen that is not on a leash. LA City Fire Department, they are out here in force, but they can't really make entry into that home or what's left of it because they're not sure exactly what they're dealing with, how that explosion happened, and what could possibly still be in there. So right now they're on hold. They actually have ATF, bomb squad, and others arriving here shortly. These firefighters, well, they're coming over here. They're going to try to catch that one dog that seems to be off of a leash. There is another one over here in this same area, but also with a leash. I'm not sure which of the two that one is. Now there is definitely another one, but he's kind of been moving around. He was in what we believe was the kitchen area. Right here in this spot, you can see some of his fur there between some of that damaged rafters and etc. That buddy, he was been sitting there kind of barking for a while, but you could clearly see a leash on him. But he's been basically working his way underneath that refrigerator. Apparently there must be a way from here to that location over there. Right now the fire department, they're working to get those dogs contained and into a safer area. Again, we have physically seen 3 of them. We understand that there may be 4 in there, but you can believe that these dogs are pretty much very, very scared, as this home did explode here earlier on this morning. One adult in the hospital right now, critical condition, and again, ATF, bomb squad, and others making their way out to this location. This home is at the corner of Remick and Remington out here in the city of Pacoima. You can see what's left of that house. 1 person in the hospital, but 3 dogs, we actually have eyes on them. 2 of them on leashes, unable to get away from the building. 1 of them just too scared to make their way over to the firefighters, and if there is a force, we have yet to see that one. Hopefully they're all going to be okay. I'm Stu up in Skyfox, sending it back to you all in the studio.
The doggies need help. Help the dogs. Get them out.
Copy all. Bottom of the hour. Hey, everybody. You all on YouTube that are tuning in and keeping an eye on us. It's the usual. I'm going to make an effort here in a moment or two and see if I can dial you guys in on the YouTubes and see about the comments. I'm sure you're all going to be like, wow, your voice is so silky and smooth, and it's unbelievable how well you speak. I'm joking. I don't think there's any of that at all. But if you have questions, I'm definitely going to try to give answers. Also,
Ivan Jr. donated $10 through Super Chat. Mel, they can make $15 per shell and $10 per salute. Small cakes are $20 to $50, medium cakes $50 to $120, large cakes finales $150 to $400.
Wow. This is Black Market Valley. Very lucrative. Thank you for the 10, Ivan. I hope you're doing good. Make 15 per shell, 10 per salute. Small cakes are 10 to 50. Medium cakes are 50 to 120. Large cakes finales 150 to 400 a piece. They don't got no dimes and nickels? Damn. Oh, I guess they got 15s. Wow.
You know, as we're joining now, my phone just locked up. Why aren't they just going in there and grabbing them? Why, you know,
Why?
This is the reason why I don't think I work well in group activities, because if I was one of these firefighters, I would be that guy, and I probably wouldn't be a firefighter very long, because I would be that guy.
I'd go in there, yeah.
Would go over there and grab the dog. It would just like climb across some of this and go, you know, use my utility knife and cut the leash and bring the dog back. The reality is that they have protocols and safety procedures in place for a reason. There is, and again, unconfirmed. You can't see me because you can't see me, but I'm doing the air quotes. Unconfirmed that this may have been caused by illegal fireworks. That's a lot of fireworks. But, you know, a lot of times we see these type of deals with, you know, gas explosions, like some sort of gas leak.
Or meth lab, say it.
Bombs. We've seen this with bug bombs in the past as well.
Bug bombs.
What the cause was, you know what? That's going to be somebody else's. Yeah, my pilot, Dylan, says it looks more like a gas explosion. You know,
some meth shit.
That's what we're going to leave it with right now. Ooh. We don't know. But they do. That is very serious. They do have the bomb squad en route. They also have ATF. They're going to have ways to, you know, sniff the air, as it would be, and figure out what's going on. Why is everybody asking about the address? The address is going to be in Pacoima. We're at the 13th.
We want to go rescue the dog.
Remington.
Maybe they go rescue.
Corner of Remick and Remington.
Fireworks, right?
Yes, it could have been a bug bomb. It definitely could have been a bug
bomb. Does that what?
You know, we have seen confirmed fireworks explosions in the past.
I've had it with these bugs. Fuck it! Boom! What?
That could have been what's going on here. Again, this is not me reporting. I do not have facts on the matter. Oh, I didn't say anything about Gigi.
My sister hate bugs. Maybe she had an infestation. She just
on my last hit
light the shit up, set the blaze, bomb it off.
Sorry, that was I literally forgot. You know, you just wind me up and point me in a direction, and I'm just gonna ramble, and that's basically what happened right there. But anyways, if you guys are listening right now, Gigi's going to be there on the ground. And when she gets on the ground, she's going to have that advantage. She's going to be able to walk around. She's going to be able to talk to everybody. She's going to be like, hey, what do you guys know? What is fact? What is fiction? What is real? What is not? And she'll be able to answer a lot of those questions. We just kind of look, figure out, you know, CSI from, in this case, 1,500 feet. Try to figure out what happened out here. But right now, the biggest concern, definitely those dogs. We're worried about the dogs. And
doggies.
Every now and then I do pause because I'm laughing on the inside at some of the comments. I am able to read them today, and you guys and gals are hilarious. And of course, every now and then when I pause it, it might be somebody from the station trying to get a hold of me and ask. Yes, definitely prayers for the dogs. It's kind of a mix-up. First there were 3 dogs. Now we heard that there might be 4 dogs. We physically have eyes on, or had eyes on 3 of them. There's one of them right there. Some kind of maybe Alaskan Malamute or elk hound or mutt. But clearly very cautious of people. There's one of them out there that has, you know, this guy right there, no leash. But maybe, you know what? Dogs are very loyal, and maybe he just doesn't want to leave his buddies. Could be. There was another one that was hanging out over here by the refrigerator, sitting on the insulation. Yeah, you can kind of see him in there. It's a little difficult because not just the lighting, but where he's at. But yeah, he's still in there. That's right. And again, somebody might be like, well, that's not a refrigerator. That's a blah, 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 blah. You know what? I don't know. It looks like a refrigerator to me. Yeah, backside of a refrigerator.
Yeah, those look like
But
that.
bottom line is, house explodes. Looks like a back house.
Mm.
Out here in the
Poke
Pacoima
house.
area. Somebody's in the hospital, described as an
Poke
adult
house.
male. Critical condition, but well enough to tell everybody, hey, go check on my dogs. Firefighters, there's one of them just kind of walking around down there. You can see him. He's making his way back again. There he is. He's like looking at the firefighters like, hey, man, I'm not going anywhere till you round up my buddies.
Hey, now.
And did you guys hear that explosion? Because my ears are still ringing. They might be. Look at him. Oh, look at that face, man. Come on. Come on. Come on. You know what would get them? Snacks. You guys got no snacks? Nobody can make a run over to 7-Eleven, pick up a couple hot dogs, and have the willpower not to eat the hot dogs before you get back here? You know, just saying. Anyway, the devastation to the house, total and complete. Look at that.
Wow.
And again, if this was fireworks, it's just another sad situation, you know? Yeah, somebody, Tootsie Joyce saying the same thing. You know, might be, the dog might be in there protecting the other ones. I know two of them cannot physically get out of there. The one that we were checking out in the kitchen area definitely had a leash on there, and you know, you can see it. The leash is kind of holding him in place. There's another one back over here that's not the one that's walking around, and also you see a leash on that one as well. Might have made his way back into the rubble, and who knows? Maybe there is an injured dog in there, and that could be the reason why they are.
Help! What's all the people to help out?
They're
the
trying
dogs.
to, get their buddy safe, or just can't figure out why these guys aren't rescuing their buddy. Building safety definitely on the way as well, but the fire department unable or unallowed. How about let's go with unallowed? They're able. They're more than able, and I bet you they're willing as well. Unallowed to make entry into the damaged home to get those dogs out of there.
Procedure
but also,
and protocol.
Before we arrived here, I did get the message that that the dogs that they did see not in distress, meaning they're not bleeding, they don't have visible injuries, maybe emotional distress, but as far as physically injured, not. So that is might be one of the reasons why they're not making this aggressive act to get those dogs to safety and away from that damaged building. But again, this is all happening out here in Pacoima. I say Pacoima every now and then. I know how to say it.
Pacoima.
Captain Spock says it looks more like a gas explosion. Well, your observation is noted and filed away for sure. Somebody else said possibly some sort of meth lab.
Yeah.
Hello.
Noted and filed. We could keep guessing all afternoon.
Okay, sounds good.
But as it stands right now, maybe it was a compressed air bomb, and maybe that's what it was. But at any rate, right now, the home severely damaged. 3 dogs still wandering around.
Oh, shit. Somebody said there's Michael
One
Vick in there.
Completely off of a leash, using to make contact with the first responders. 2 others on leashes and unable to get away from the damaged home. And that's what's going on right now. I didn't bring anything to drink. Paw Patrol. Was waiting for somebody to bring that one out. Yes, somebody, direct energy weapon. Could be. Yep.
Say again.
Thank you, Ben. In and Out's right down the street, guys. In and Out's right down the street. If you guys are local.
Island Thrifts donated $9.99 through Super
Alan,
Chat.
thank you.
East Coaster put Mentos in his Coke bottle.
Is he here? East Coast. Oh, we got to say that for next time. Hold on, I'm going to take a screenshot. We got to take a screenshot.
Who's this guy? This guy looks like gas. All right.
Yo.
Arson. Yes. 10:30 for K Guy. I think we're doing 10:30 as well.
Oh, I forgot to tell him subscribe on the second channel.
Oh. Okay. Well, that's pretty solid then. The dogs have not been rescued, and the amazing information chain that is Fox, and I just got information that the explosion information about being fireworks actually came from the victim himself. So he's the one that said fireworks exploded in my house. I've got dogs that are still there. Thanks for rescuing me. Can you go rescue the dogs? So that's where the information's come. What? Hang on. Burns and open wounds. Copy all. I have 2 radios open to you guys for the IFB, and it shifts back and forth in the static. So I'm trying. I'm doing my best. Thank you for that, though. That's coming from our assignment desk. That was actually Dave. Dave, part of the team. Dave and Melissa. And
yeah. They also explosion fireworks. Yeah. Please get my ducks. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe it was something else, because the other guy was saying it looks like a gas explosion or something. Some people have hinted at meth explosion. Oh, those dogs, man. Stuck.
I will mention Gigi this time, I promise. I just forgot. I literally just forgot. I'm sorry.
All right, well, I'm going to be listening. I got to grab some things.
Good morning, Megan. Wow, look at this home. It is
Judy Sheldon,
destroyed.
that is the plan. That's
cause
what we're waiting for.
The explosion will be under investigation. We see arson investigators that have just now arrived here in Pacoima, but initial reports are that somebody was making fireworks within the home prior to the explosion. One person was transported in critical condition, a man in his 40s, and we're also seeing at least 3, maybe 4 dogs that are still on the property. We see one has been walking off leash, and we've seen 2 other dogs that still remain on a leash. Firefighters doing what they can to remove the dogs from the home and the debris, but they need to wait for the bomb squad to arrive to address the structural integrity.
So when we go live, so everybody that's watching on YouTube, you've seen all the dogs. I'm sure you have.
And another one that is still inside, and one on the back side of the home. So investigation will be ongoing. This will be lengthy. There'll be a lot of debris that needs to be removed. This is on the corner of Remick and Remington Street in Pacoima. Live in Sky 5 and Rich Prickett. Send it back to you in the studio.
Yeah, you've seen all the dogs, but I can tell you when we go live, all the dogs will vaporize. Poof, all gone. Nobody's going to be able to see them.
Thank you. Is this Aaron?
1 minute. Copy all.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Cam. Well, he finally got to the can, but now you realize it's empty.
He turned around and went back. I saw his tail. I told you. Copy. Oh, there he is. Ah! I'm standing by. Pacoima, we're still keeping an eye on this house explosion that happened earlier this morning. One person taken to a local hospital. Now, the rumors that we were hearing that this was an explosion due to fireworks actually getting confirmed by that victim himself, telling the fire department what had happened. And also, that victim is suffering some major injuries, and it is in a local hospital right now. But he also did mention that there are 4 dogs still inside the home and requested that the firefighters definitely make some sort of rescue for them. We actually have seen 3 of them. Physically, I've seen 3 of them. Hopefully that 4th is still okay. This one is the only one that is not on a leash, but definitely does not want to get anywhere near any of those firefighters. You got 2 of them right there. Now, they could just kind of reach out possibly and grab that dog and take him into custody, get him away from this. But right now, the fire department, they are trying to do that. There's another one that's going to be in this area right here. You can see maybe his snout right there. There he is. But he actually has a leash on, and that leash is tangled at what we believe is underneath the refrigerator. So he is unable to move, or she is unable to move as well. There's another dog that we've had eyes on every now and then that makes his way out, in and out of this area right here, back and forth, but also clearly with a leash, so possibly making his way back under the rubble. We don't know for sure, but right now, though, why are they not making an attempt to get into that building? Well, the fire department is told that they are not allowed to. They're waiting for arson investigators are here, but bomb squad is also showing up, and ATF. They just want to make sure that that home is safe for the firefighters to make their way into and get those dogs free. Right now, though, this is still here happening. Gigi's going to be on her way on the ground here shortly. She's going to get all the good information from the firefighters directly. Again, this is in the Pacoima area at the corner of Remick and Remington. House explosion this morning, most likely from fireworks. I'm Stu and Skyfox. Back to you on the studio. Copy all, 10 or 15, copy. What's he doing? What did he find? He's eating something. Dude, don't eat the insulation. Don't eat the insulation. You know what? Maybe it's some like bologna or something that came out of the fridge. Traumatized puppies, for sure. No, we've identified 3. We've identified 3. We've seen this one. We've seen 2 on leashes and 1 with no leash. The Popo is here. So I would venture to say that is the bomb squad. This guy right here, he's just like, not sure the plan for the remodel, but I'm kind of liking the indoor-outdoor portion. That's what the dog's saying. Arson investigator. Little selfless, shameless plug here on YouTube. If you guys are listening right now and you aren't following me or don't know who I am Stu Mundell, S-T-U Mundell, M-U-N-D-E-L. You can find me mostly on Instagram. I do have a Facebook, and I have an X as well. But I'm mostly on the IG. I, post pictures of this kind of stuff. I do a weekly, basically kind of fell into a groove of a weekly photo dump, just photos that, stuff we see from the helicopter, you know, not necessarily incidences or more just things that we see. If you want to follow me, I love a follow. You know, it's a shameless plug. Everybody, you know, I got to, you know what? It's the 2025s. You know, I need my worth. I need my worth. And my worth is gauged by how many followers I have. I'm just playing. I am. You probably, if people that know me, and the people that don't know me might believe that. So let's be real. Anyways, if you want to give me a follow, I'd always appreciate a follow. You can find me on Instagram. That'd probably be the best way to find me. And it's Stu_Mundell. And you don't spell out the word underscore. It's just that little line. That's not a dash. It's the lower part of it. We're keeping an eye on the dogs. This guy right here seems to be, I don't know. I would always venture to say he's getting playful. Maybe he's getting a little loopy, like, hey, why do you guys not see me? You know, maybe he's sitting there going, am I dead? Am I dead? Am I a ghost dog? Fire department, they're still out here. They're going to have to make a plan on how they're going to make entry into that house. They're going to have to do it sooner or later. Right now, they're still trying to figure out the best way to do it and also to get confirmation that it really was a fireworks explosion. We did see the bomb squad make an official appearance here just moments ago. That would be the gentleman in the blonde gentleman in the jumper that said police. Looking spiffy, by the way. You know, they're over here. They have specialized tools. They also study this stuff. You know, they can look at this and say, oh, this was most likely was this type of explosion. And also, if you guys are young and looking for careers and you're just kind of like, wait a minute, there's a study of explosions? Yes, there is. There actually is. So maybe it's something you want to look into. You make your way, make a career out of it. But anyway, this happening out here in Pacoima, the adult male that was taken from this explosion, apparently hurting pretty bad, burns, lacerations, and other injuries as he was taken to a local hospital, but well enough to talk to the fire department and police to tell them how this explosion happened, saying that he believes it was fireworks, and also that his dogs are still in there. Hopefully that there is going to be, you know, if he said 4, hopefully there are 4, and we will see all 4. We have physically seen 3 of them so far. Oh, Rough Rider, don't be like that. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. I don't know, Ben. I actually, we brought that up earlier on. I'm not saying that you should have been here or anything, but you should have been here. You know, we just don't know. I hope they don't. I mean, to me, that would be the tragedy of all tragedies, for the dogs to survive the blast, you know, get taken in, you know, into a shelter and then not allowed to be returned to their owner, and then, like you said, taken away. That would be to me, that would be the real tragedy here. But hopefully that's not going to happen. Right now, and sure, there's a lot of people watching, and I'm sure that there's, you know, believe me, if I didn't work 24/7 and have other reasons why, hey, look at this guy, he's just like, all right, I'm on my way to, I'm going to go find you guys some food. He's outside the perimeter. You know what's interesting is that towel and that debris that's right there, I would venture to say would have probably been from the victim. Like, you know, if he had stumbled out before the fire department got here, and maybe that's, you know, maybe he's smelling his owner. Maybe these dogs are that loyal. I mean, they, you know, it wouldn't be unheard of.
It's only one out.
Sure.
He might be stuck, yeah, because look like they leashed. It looked like the owner had him leashed inside.
What
So
a
one
mess.
got out. They didn't even try to get him. They just let him roam, let him run off.
Yes, Antonio.
Oh, there's one by the gate, too. There's one right there at the gate.
Fireworks. Angel R. Are there casualties? I guess people are just joining us.
Oh.
Well, thank you for joining us, because you clearly haven't been listening to us with this guy up in the helicopter ramble for hours on end, almost to the point where my losing my voice. Yes, fireworks. That was confirmed by the person, the human being that was taken from the blast to the local hospital. Yep, boop, boopy boop. Yep, same thing. You know, you believe it or not, you know, maybe it's a big conspiracy. But anyways, yes, it was fireworks. There are supposedly 4 dogs still inside that home. One of them has made his way out of the home and wandered away.
Oh.
2 of the other ones, no, he hasn't wandered away. He's right there. There's one of them. 2 of the other ones are on leashes that we have actually seen. One of
What
them
happened
in
to all the
kitchen
firefighters?
area.
They left?
You can kind of see his leg right there. But he's on a leash. He's on a lead. And he can't
Defending
get
the
away
drug
from
table.
that spot right
Dark
there.
Cloud.
And then there's another one
good boy.
that looks more like the one that's out on the sidewalk that makes his way in and out. So there must be some sort of hole over here. So he makes his way in and out of there. Now, if there are 4, we haven't seen the 4th. I'm hoping that 4th is okay. And then the next big question, if you guys are just joining us, which a lot of you are because I'm looking at those questions, either that or maybe you just realized you were watching this and you're like, hey, maybe I should ask a question. Why are these guys not running in there and saving everybody?
Yeah.
Well,
They're horrible.
They are not allowed. We're going to go with not allowed. Not allowed at this moment to go in there. There's protocols. There's
You're not allowed to
other
be
things
human?
involved, but they are not allowed to at this moment because they have to make sure that whatever exploded has exploded. There will be no more explosions, etc., etc. And also, they would have
So y'all
to make
gonna let
sure
the
that
dog
that building
explode?
is safe. That's one of the reasons why they're sitting over there with that lumber, because they are planning on building shoring up to go in there and save those dogs eventually. I'm actually going to get a little bit of a wider shot.
If a
here
couple
because
people
I'm
have to
wondering-
die, a couple people have to die
Yeah, we can
to get the
orbit.
dog.
They moved the USAR rig, and the bomb squad really just arriving right there. Those 2 more of the bomb squad trucks. So they got to come here. They got to check this thing out. They got to make sure that it is safe for even the firefighters to go in there. I did mention this earlier on. This is one of the reasons why I do not play well with others. And, you know, sometimes, you know, group activities are not my thing. Yeah, he just ran in there, right? Yeah, he just ran in there. Is that I would have been that firefighter that just kind of went in there into that kitchen area and got that dog out of there, the one that we can clearly see.
Yeah, somebody
Probably
said.
would have lost my job. That's probably the reason why
say?
I'm not a firefighter. That's probably why I'm in a helicopter, so I can't do things like that. But at any rate, we're making an orbit right now, getting different angles of the house, still just kind of looking around. But you can see that the danger, I'm doing the air quotes, you can't see me, the danger is definitely still here.
Huh.
The fire department moving their vehicles away.
Somebody said they'd rather watch people trapped than watch the dogs trapped. Wow.
Away from the damaged area. So this is all still going on out here in the beautiful city of
I gotta go
Performance.
pick a
That is
baby
gonna be
girl.
the
I will be
intersection
watching
of
on my phone,
Remick
but I'll be
and
back.
Remington.
Or listening.
Remick and Remington. House exploded this morning. The
Save
serious
the dogs,
portion of
man.
this
Somebody
is
come
that
save the dogs.
Adult male
Oh.
that was inside the home when the explosion happened. Critical condition, burns and other lacerations and injuries, taken to a local hospital right now. But he was well enough to speak, and he did kind of give information to the firefighters and the police department. What he said happened here. Is it true? You know, I know everybody loves a conspiracy. I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. Why would he lie? At any rate, right now we're waiting for the animals to be rescued and keeping an eye on the situation and entertaining you all for as long as we can. Antonio Banderas, there's a husky in the kitchen. There's a husky, and we don't know. Maybe it's an L count. I don't want to get into any of that. There's 3 dogs. There's one in that kitchen area by that refrigerator that's kind of flipped over. There's one that has no leash that's kind of just wandering the perimeter every now and then. And then there was a third one that we saw basically in this area as well, but also on a leash. So 2 on a leash, and then the one just kind of roaming the neighborhood. So those are the 3 dogs that we've seen. And if there is a 4th, I'm hoping that it is in a nook or crevice somewhere inside that house and safe. Mr. Buddha Wolf, I just explained that. Thank you. And somebody's actually using my appropriate name, Scotty. Marcel, no questions. No questions. No questions, Marcel. We are officially closed for questions. The only thing I have to say right now is I should buy a boat. I feel like I should buy a boat. Funny, of all the names that scroll by here, and sometimes at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Mr. Buddha Wolf, that is the plan. That definitely is the plan. The owner of the dogs, I don't know if he's the owner of the home, but the person that was, it was immensely loud, and I bet you the dogs are still scared and shocked. The owner's in a local hospital. We've mentioned this more than once. Local hospital with critical injuries, burns, lacerations, and other types of injuries. A hi? I don't know what hi means. Okay, out of the break. Copy all. We're ready and rock and rolling. Just keep moving. And, of course, we lost the IFB. As soon as I said out of the break. Skyfox, TOC. Okay, it's back. Thank you. Cultural thing. Bottles and mixers. Yes, definitely a refrigerator. Wow, that red tag went up fast, didn't it? My goodness. There's Puppers. Still barking. Ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da. Yes. Okay. Not a problem. Perfect. I feel vindicated. Jeez, that must have been a blast. Copy all. I don't know. Are we going to stay up for the 11? Are we going to be able to do the 11:30? What's going on with all that? Because even if we land, we got to plug it in. You know what I mean? And on top of that, you know what? We'll make it work. Let's just, yeah. And also, you know, one problem at a time, because if CL, I need to get the card out of CL. Because it has the space shuttle on it. Because it has the space shuttle on it. Yeah. They're taking us right now. We're live right now. Figures. Okay. Fox 11.
Booth, talking
Is
to
he
Skyfox.
taking a nap? What did he do in there?
Okay.
Hey, Christian. Copy all.
Yeah. Sure. No problem. So we have Glenn and Lou
Ba-da-da-dum. Ba-da-da-dum. There's puppers.
Good morning, Lou and Glenn. We're hearing as many as 4 dogs could be trapped within the rubble here. This home exploding around 9 a.m. this morning, reportedly from fireworks that were being made within the home. One man was transported in critical condition, but you can see one of those dogs that is off leash that has been roaming around the property. We've seen at least 2 other dogs, possibly 3, that are on leash in the rubble here. Firefighters are doing everything they can to get into the building and help out those animals. Animal Services is here as well. But what they need to do now is the bomb squad has arrived. The bomb squad will approach will assess the house, make sure that it's safe
Skyfox
to
has
enter, and then the urban search and
saying.
Rescue teams will work to shore up the home and help some of the structural integrity as best they can,
Skyfox.
and then they can treat those dogs and get them the attention they need. But violent explosion here, reportedly from fireworks in Pacoima. Live in Sky 5, Rich Prickett. Send it back to you in the studio.
What are you talking about? There's another one right there. So you got that one.
Thank you, Booth.
And then you got another one over here. That's 2. Then there's the other one. So that's 2. I think they exploded. Gabby, are we clear, or clear? Let me find out. Skyfox to the assignment desk. Are we clear, or clear? Like clear and stay here for the next hit? And if we are clear for the next hit, when do we have to go in for fuel? We have to go in at 11? It is 11. You scared me. Okay. Well, I'll talk to Christian somewhere along the way. Da, 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 da. I hear you, Dave, in the background, but I can't hear you. I thought I heard Dave. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm... Nope, not talking to us. They're asking about fuel. I just told them 11:30 on the ground, right? Yep. They're ciphering right now. They got out the abacus. They're figuring out money, timing, planning. I wonder if they could get dogs to rescue other dogs. I mean, I guess they could rescue them if they were incapacitated, but like a dog that's, you know, like that one that's walking around, I wonder if... Right. Hang on. If Dave's talking at us. What? Okay, I heard one more time. We'll wait here. You let us know. I heard something about one more time. One more time.
Every opportunity I get to get the hell out of Washington, D.C. That is a good day. That is a good day. I want to thank Kelly Loeffler for that incredibly kind introduction. You know, Kelly is doing a great job at the Small Business Administration. You all would be shocked if you realized how much fraud we found even at the Small Business Administration. I'm talking about like dead people getting loans from the SBA. We don't want dead people getting loans from the SBA. We want American workers and American businesses getting loans from the Small Business Administration, and Kelly is doing a great job making sure that we do exactly that. I want to say thank you to Paul. It's great to be here at Vantage Plastics, a great American company with great American workers. So thank you to Paul Altman, and thank you to the entire team here at Vantage Plastics. It's great to be here. It's great to be with American workers. And again, like I said, it's great to be out of the bubble in Washington, D.C. Now, as Kelly mentioned, I was listening to her backstage. You know, we came in, we've got this great event, this great facility, great business, and of course, great workers. And I'm sure all of us saw there were a few protesters outside. And I can't be the only person wondering, you know, it's a little after noon on a Friday, and don't you all have jobs? Who are the people? And I think that's one of the reasons why we've got to rebuild American manufacturing and support great companies like Vantage Plastics, because we want those people to get off the streets and back to work. It'd be good for them, and it'd be good for everybody else too. Now, y'all don't hold it against me. Of course, you know that I'm from that state, just one state south. But we know in the industrial Midwest that companies like Vantage give Great Lakes states the reputation that we know it is the powerhouse of American industry, and that makes it the powerhouse of world industry. I'm grateful for the good paying jobs this company brings to the area and for the incredible job this business does generating economic opportunity in this region of our country. And I really do believe that America's success depends on the success of companies like Vantage Plastics. And I don't mean that in some abstract, poetic sounding sense. I mean it literally. If we do not protect our nation's manufacturers, we lose a fundamental part of who we are as a people. Making things, building things, working with our hands is America's heritage, and that heritage is alive and well in this facility. Now, our frontier spirit would have done us little good in conquering the continent if we couldn't manufacture the railway track, the steamboats, the dynamite, and everything else needed to do so. American industry, American workers famously won the Second World War. American industry took us to the moon. It enabled the Silicon Revolution that created the most precise and sophisticated jobs imaginable in any field, demanding mechanical expertise on the scale of nanometers, which is so small you can't even see it. But over the years, I hate to say, we have squandered that heritage in the United States of America, not in Vantage Plastics, thank God, but all across our country. Between the 1990s and the election of Donald Trump the first time back in 2016, this country lost 5 million good manufacturing jobs. And we saw over 90,000 American factories, great American factories, shut their doors. And as I know I don't have to tell anyone here today, when we lose the ability to make our own stuff, we abandon a way of life, one that has sustained towns like Bay Cities and countless other communities from Middletown, Ohio, to a ton of communities all across the Midwest. Being able to make things is good because it creates self-sufficiency as a nation, and it creates self-sufficiency in our people. And more importantly, manufacturing jobs are good for our workers. Now, we know this. You all know this. They pay a premium of 10% compared to wages in other fields and other roles. They often come with the good benefits and the good job creation that drives the kind of economic opportunity that we want to see in our country. When we deindustrialize, when we lose those good jobs that allow us to support families, those are the kinds of things that we lose. And I think that we need a president, and thank God we have a president that thinks we're going to bring it back, and we are. So I've got some bad news and I've got some good news. Do we want to hear the bad news first or the good news first? Okay, that's good. You all said bad news, and that's good, because if you had said good news, that would have totally screwed up the flow of this speech. I got to start with the bad news a little bit, then we talk about the good news. But here's the simple truth. The very simple truth is that, unfortunately, the last administration left us with a terrible economy. They left us with sky-high prices. They left us with home values that had doubled in just 4 short years, meaning a lot of American families couldn't afford to buy or to rent a home. They left us with a historic debt crisis. Did you know that in the history of the United States of America, we have never had deficits and debt so high as we had under Joe Biden's leadership? And what did all that peacetime debt and deficit, what did all that spending, what did all that waste and fraud get us? It got us an economy where Americans couldn't afford to buy a home, our families couldn't afford to buy groceries, and our people felt like the American dream was slipping away. Now that is the bad news, but now we can talk a little bit about the good news, because I'm proud to say that thanks to all of you, on January 20th, 2025, we started a great American comeback. Last November, America re-elected a president with a simple goal: to power our nation's industrial comeback and once again make the U.S. the world's manufacturing superpower, and that is exactly what President Trump has sought out to do. Now, I have to be honest with you, the road ahead of us is long, but we are already, in just 7 short weeks, starting to see early indications of the president's vision becoming our shared American reality. This February, the president's first full month in office, America gained 10,000 American manufacturing jobs. Now, compare that to last year, when under the Biden administration, we were losing an average of about 10,000 manufacturing jobs per month. That's over 100,000 jobs in manufacturing lost in a single year under Joe Biden. And we got to ask ourselves, what has driven the turnaround? Well, first of all, President Trump has been clear about his plan, about our administration's plan. Our goal is to make it easier and more affordable to make things again in the United States of America. If you invest in America, in American jobs, in American workers, and in American businesses, you're going to be rewarded. We're going to cut your taxes. We're going to slash regulations, and we're going to reduce the cost of energy to build things right here in this country that all of us love. But if you try to undercut us and build outside of our borders, the President Trump's administration has got nothing for you. If you want to be rewarded, build in America. If you want to be penalized, build outside of America. It's as simple as that. So, if you've gotten rich the last few decades by ripping off U.S. companies and preying on American workers, well, the president is simply telling you the jig is up. If you want to manufacture in China, which has the worst and most punitive economic policies towards us anywhere in the world, then you are going to have to pay the consequences. And what we're seeing already is that the world is starting to listen. They appreciate that we're in a new era in the United States. So as a result, we're nearing $2 trillion in new investments announced just since President Trump took office. That's not bad. In 7 weeks, $2 trillion. From auto companies and chip makers to paper and electrical product manufacturers, companies from all over the world have announced new plants and big expansions of existing plants in the United States of America. We've seen car factories say 2 months ago, that they were going to ship American jobs off to Mexico, and 7 weeks ago, they started singing a different tune. Now, part of our comeback means unleashing America's energy and making it cheaper and making it more affordable for American businesses and workers to do what they need to do. So, day one in office, President Trump ended the Green New scam and ended Biden's war on American energy. And of course, we're already seeing the results. Gasoline, its price for consumers is finally starting to come down. Last month, it went up by last term, it went up about 35% under Joe Biden's leadership, and we've already seen it fall to significant lows again. That's just in 7 weeks. In his first month, President Trump declared a national energy emergency and established the National Energy Dominance Council. He's reopened 625 million acres offshore for drilling and ended Biden's disastrous ban on liquefied natural gas exports, which risked ending 90,000 American jobs and costing $250 billion for our country over the long run. It's over. We stopped it. Now, in doing so, the president paved the way to approve 2 new massive projects in the United States. And I got to say, it's kind of funny to see some of our Democrat governors in various parts, I won't mention which states exactly, coming to the Oval Office and begging for economic development under Trump's leadership that they knew they would never get under Biden's leadership. And I got to tell you, I carry a word from the President of the United States that we don't care, Democrat, Republican, or Independent. We want to build. Build, baby, build. That is the slogan, and that is the motto of the Trump administration, and that's exactly what we're going to do. And most importantly, given where we stand here in Vantage, the Trump administration is working hard to slash regulations left and right. And I think, Paul, you'd admit the regulations, we got to get that stuff out of here. We got to make it easier to build stuff in our own country. We can't have people telling our great builders that if they want to start a factory, or if they want to expand a factory, they're not allowed to. And that is the biggest thing I think the Trump administration is working on when it comes to renewing American manufacturing. This Wednesday, as a matter of fact, the administration announced a historic regulatory rollback at the EPA, which will provide relief from all sorts of heavy-handed rules. These include the Greenhouse Gas Reporting Program, which cost U.S. factories and power plants hundreds of millions of dollars, and that money is now going to be reinvested in American workers. And we remember the Clean Power Plan 2.0, which has imperiled America's grid by creating impossible restrictions on coal and natural gas plants that account for 60% of our power. You can't tell people to build in America while at the same time destroying American energy. That's what Joe Biden did. What Donald Trump is doing is saying, build in America and we're going to help you, we're going to make it more possible, and we're going to make it more affordable. But, you know, I think it's really simple here, and I have to say, you know, I'm thrilled, of course, to have everybody here, thrilled to have Paul hosting us, but I'm especially thrilled to have my lovely wife here behind me, and I think she's doing a great job as Second Lady of the United States, and I'm so proud to have her by my side. And here's the thing, because the cameras are all on, anything that I say, no matter how crazy, Usha has to smile and laugh and celebrate it. So I'm going to be good, though, honey. I'm going to keep to the script here. But I think that what we're really after here, and you see so many people attacking the president's economic programs and attacking the progress that we've made over the past 7 weeks. You hear people saying, well, how dare Donald Trump impose tariffs on foreign countries that have been taking advantage of us for 40 years? And the answer is that unless you're willing to use American power to fight back against what those countries have been doing for a generation, you are never going to rebuild American manufacturing, and you're never going to support the American worker. President Trump is done with leaders who talk. We are an administration that is going to do things for the American people and for American workers. Just think about this. When foreign countries make it impossible to ship American cars into their countries, why have we had leadership that refuses to fight back? When we have foreign countries that use slave labor that undercuts the wages of American workers, why have we had American leadership that has refused to fight back? When you let literal slaves make stuff, cheaply and then bring it into our country, we all know, you all know, that destroys the wages of American workers. And so now we have an American media that says, how dare Donald Trump stand up for the American worker? I think I speak for the American worker when I say, thank God for President Trump for finally standing up for the American worker. Enough is enough. For 40 years, the people of this country, the businesses, the workers, everybody have been neglected, they have been ignored, and they have had a leadership that refuses to stand up for them. And that changed just 7 short weeks ago. And that basic change, that basic idea that the purpose of the American presidency is to fight for the American people will guide our policy for the next 4 years. And I have to say, yes, this is not always easy, and it doesn't happen overnight. We came into office, again, with the largest peacetime deficits in American history, $2 trillion. We've never seen deficits like that ever, and certainly not outside of a time of war. And we ought to ask ourselves, what did Joe Biden buy with all of our borrowed money? And the answer is not a damn thing. So we have got to take this country in a different direction, and that is what President Trump's economic policies aim to do. We are done selling out the American worker. We are done overregulating American businesses. We're going to be guided by a very simple principle. Build in this country, we cut your taxes, we reduce your regulation, we reduce your energy costs. Build in this country, make American manufacturing great again, and we are going to fight for you, and the president will too. So let me conclude again by saying thank you. Thanks to Paul for hosting. Thank you to your incredible facility and for what you do every single day. But as a kid who grew up in a working class family, let me just say this, that when I was growing up in Middletown, Ohio, everybody who worked hard seemed to be able to find a good job. And something changed. I don't know when I was a teenager or maybe a little bit later, but when that great steel mill that supported the town was the lifeblood of the town that I grew up in, when it went from 10,000 jobs to 2,000 jobs, the American working people started to get destroyed in the process. We can't keep doing that. We can't keep running the same exact playbook over and over again, expecting different results. We've got to run a different playbook. And 7 weeks ago, President Trump started to run that different playbook. We are not going to borrow from future generations to buy stuff that the communist Chinese make for us. We are not going to put people on welfare instead of giving them good middle-class American jobs. We're not going to drive housing through the roof. We're going to make it affordable again to afford an American home. That is what we're trying to do. And yes, my friends, it's not going to happen overnight. We're not going to be able to fix everything that Joe Biden broke. But I think after 7 weeks, the progress is pretty good. Egg prices are lower than they were when we took office. That's good. We got gasoline is much lower than it was when we took office. We've got inflation at the lowest level that we've seen in many years for the American people. So we're making very, very good progress. But we know that 7 weeks is not enough. What we need to really rebuild American manufacturing, to really invest in the American worker, is not just 7 weeks of solid progress. It is 4 years of President Trump fighting for the American people every single day. And so let me say, this is not going to be my last stop in Michigan by any means, but as I leave here to go back to Washington, I feel invigorated. I feel invigorated by what you're building at this facility. I feel invigorated by the incredible opportunities that this plant, this facility provides to American workers. I feel invigorated by the fact that you guys are dedicated to your communities, that you're working hard every single day, you're playing by the rules, and you're providing a good life for your families. And I feel invigorated that we finally have a president who is turning his back on 40 years of failed policy in Washington, D.C., and is getting back to investing in and fighting for the American worker. God bless you guys. Thank you all. Thank you for having me.
Hello, everybody. Good to time for just a few questions.
Can you give us an update on the travel ban, please, Stephen?
Don't have any specific update on the travel bans, but as you know, the president issued an executive order on his first day in office asking for the State Department to assess travel conditions, safety issues, national security issues around the globe, and then under that requirement, they were asked to send a report, which we should be receiving soon to the White House, that will provide those recommendations, and we eagerly look forward to receiving them.
Just an update on the actions that Mexico has taken on the border. What do you think of them, and is the president considering lifting those fentanyl-related tariffs in a couple of weeks here when that pause runs out?
I don't have an update to provide right now on that. Obviously, because of President Trump's diplomacy and leadership, Mexico, since inauguration, has significantly increased the presence of troops on the border, has taken numerous actions that the U.S. government has asked them to take with respect to immigration enforcement and border security. The two most significant issues, of course, that imperil our safety and security right now are fentanyl and the cartels. And obviously the president is expecting the government of Mexico to take a lot more action urgently in those two areas. And when we have a proper support to give you on that, we will.
Is it possible that we can see both the reciprocal tariffs, Stephen, and the fentanyl tariffs remain in place on Mexico, or both on the table right now?
I don't want to provide any updates right now on that, except to say when we have more information on the fentanyl and cartel pieces, we will provide it to you.
Stephen, the White House has released videos and images of these alleged gang members who were detained and deported. Why not release their names?
Well, they are actually foreign terrorists and alien enemies of the United States. And everything that we do is for operational security reasons. We're dealing with one of the most dangerous terrorist organizations on planet Earth. They inflict pain for the sport of it. They relish in torture and murder. They relish in inflicting maximum physical suffering on their targets and victims. They're even more ruthless and violent than MS-13. And so operational security and public safety and national security are always going to guide any decisions that are made in this regard.
Stephen, I'm from Australia. There's a lot of interest back home in why the president ultimately decided not to give Australia an exemption to the steel tariffs after saying that he would greatly consider it. And secondly, should Australia exports a lot of beef to the US, billions of dollars worth, should we now expect tariffs on beef to come in the next round?
Well, no updates to give on that except to say that the health of and the strength of our steel and aluminum industries is essential for our national security and our defense industrial base. You were about to ask a question?
If things go your way in court this afternoon regarding the Enemies Act, how many more flights do you anticipate would head towards El Salvador in the coming days?
Well, I'm not going to reveal details of the president's full plan and the administration's full plan with respect to the dismantlement and eradication of TDA. But a few points on this. One is that the president reserves the right to exercise all necessary authorities to secure the homeland and to repel any invasion or incursion. The judge, which is truly beyond comprehension and belief, issued his unlawful order without even receiving any information on this terrorist organization, on the diplomacy that had been conducted internationally by the Secretary of State, any briefing from the intelligence community, any information at all, let alone the fact that he's trying to issue the movement of aircraft that are operating outside the United States, the legal equivalent of directing troop movements overseas or moving around an aircraft carrier on matters of essential national security. It is certainly, I would think without question, the most unlawful order that any district court judge has issued in our lifetimes without even a close second. And it put the lives in danger of the Homeland Security personnel on those aircraft, and it jeopardized enormous, massive diplomatic and security